Posted by you, Noah's Ark Rises. She loves me after 3 weeks. How do I end this? 33M. All the requirements. Ages, genders. Me, 33. M. Emma, 20. F. Length of relationship. 3 weeks. TLDR girl I've been dating on the side is telling me she loves me after 3 weeks. How do I let her down softly? Trigger warnings. Cheating? I'm married, 33M. I've been seeing this girl, Emma, 20F, for the last 3 weeks. It's been a pretty intense affair and I really like her, but I'm not leaving my wife and kids. We've just basically been casually dating and talking a lot, having lots of awesome sex and just having a good time. She is aware of my attached status. First, on Friday night she told me she loves me, and she has never felt this way about anyone. And now her texts to me are full of "I love you" and all of that. It can't work if she feels this way about me. I was only looking for something fun and safe and risk-free. I think it's a little too risky if she feels this way about me. Before I get flamed for the cheating, I do have my reasons, and this is the first, only time I've cheated. My wife has accused me of cheating for years and I finally reached my breaking point. If I'm going to be accused, I may as well do it. I've always had this itch to mess around, but I've never had the opportunity until now. I really think I got it out of my system, so to speak. Honestly, I've thought about divorce briefly, but we do have a family with 2.5 kids, one guy on the way, so it's not really a realistic option. I think the marriage is fixable, and once I end the affair, I will focus on making it up to her. My question now to our relationships is, how can I end this affair? I know I have to because Emma is getting way too attached. I have to be careful in how I end it because she really can screw me over by going to my wife. I also want to be sensitive to her feelings because she is a wonderful person who I do have feelings for. If I wasn't married, who knows? But I am, and it can't continue, and I know that. I just need some advice on finding a way to put an end to this without risking my marriage. Now on to a couple of comments before the update. Posted by Lazy G. A note: as a kid with divorced parents, honestly, I've thought about divorce briefly, but we do have a family with 2.5 kids, one guy on the way, so it's not really a realistic option. This is a truly terrible idea. Kids can tell when their parents are miserable. What you need to do for your kids is make sure you are happy, so your unhappiness doesn't rub off on them and screw them over. The worst thing you can do is stay for the children and be unhappy or make your wife miserable. Trust me. But yeah, you screwed up. You chose poorly in who to have an affair with, and now you face the consequences. I don't think people here will help you to try and manipulate Emma into some outcome good for you. All I can suggest is honesty. Don't sleep with her again. Apologize and tell her you realized you owe it to your wife to try again there, and it is going to end. You can ask her not to say anything, but honestly, it's a crapshoot and she has the right to if she wants. This is the corollary of you having the right to screw around. Just don't sleep with her again or make the break messy. Make it as clean as you can. Also, you probably won't, but tell your wife. Give her the respect of letting her decide if your marriage is savable. Also, you both should get tested for STDs. Even with condoms, as several posts here have pointed out, HPV, which causes cervical cancer, as well as penile cancer, is not stopped by condoms. TLDR, don't be an ass. End it cleanly. Tell your wife. It's not up to you if the marriage is savable. Don't you dare stay together for the kids. It never works. Posted by trapped_in_Virginia. You probably acted in a way that made your wife suspicious. Even if you weren't cheating. Unless she was being completely unreasonable, crazy. If that was the case, you were an idiot for sticking around. Now you are cheating and using that as an excuse is pathetic. You're a bad person for what you're doing to this girl, your wife and your children. To answer your question, since you obviously lack the balls to handle a pretty simple situation, you end it by saying you're no longer interested and hope she doesn't share your shady venture with your wife. Now on to the update. Update. She loves me after 3 weeks. How do I end this? TLDR tried to break up with the girlfriend, mistress, and she won't leave me alone. I'm struggling to let go too. I debated posting an update or not since the reception I've had on this sub has been icy, at best. But I've already posted my story here, so I may as well keep at it. Yes, I'm cheating, so there is that. I understand a lot of people don't support that, but just realize it's very complicated and I am trying to put an end to this. I feel like the unluckiest cheater in the world. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. Every cliché has basically happened to me. I just wanted to live a little and have that quick affair and get back to my wife and marriage. Asked for advice about a week or so ago. I tried to break up with Emma. I told her my wife was getting suspicious and we both deserved better. I told her she was an awesome girl and deserved to have someone all for herself. Her response: "I'll wait for you. I love you more than I know possible." It's not even been a month of us being together. I ended things with her, and she kept texting me and asking me to talk to her. I met up with her on Friday to have a closure type deal. I'm a horny idiot. I banged her in the back of my Jeep. Which sent the wrong message. I told her we can't do this anymore and didn't talk to her Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Yesterday she begged me to talk to her, so I go to her place. We end up talking way longer than we should and some things go down. I just wish she would leave me alone. She is clingy and needy and honestly pretty fucking crazy. Not what I signed up for. I'm like dying under the stress and drama. I have a hormonal, pregnant wife and 2 young kids. I don't need this shit and the guilt is starting to get at me. I don't know what I am going to do. I honestly do not even want to continue the affair at this point. I'm not sure what my next move is. Just feel like venting right now. Update 2. She loves me after 3 weeks. How do I end this? Venting. TLDR 1 week no contact on my part. She is still messaging me. Warning. This post involves cheating. Decided to post an update to this thread since I have made some progress with ending things with Emma and a couple people did request it. Read all the replies and messages last time, but it started to get ugly, so I decided to take a step back. My apologies for not responding. Also, just a simple request. No more PMs. Background is I am a married man that had a 1-month affair that I regret deeply. I am working on ending the affair and ending contact with the woman I cheated on my wife with. I've really struggled with ending things with her. I've tried multiple times to end it since we hooked up and I finally ended things last week. I haven't responded to any of her messages since then and I have not seen her in person since October 6th. We haven't had sex since October 3rd. I am still getting messages from her, however. I've been doing a lot of reading and thinking on how to handle a breakup and most of the advice is not geared towards someone in my situation with an affair. I've been trying a lot of different things to end the relationship and I have come to the conclusion that Emma is just crazy. There is no other explanation. My main concerns right now are ending the affair and ending any emotions I have towards Emma and making sure my wife never finds out. I've stressed to Emma she cannot talk to my wife ever. I don't think Emma is going to talk to my wife since she has never mentioned it. I've also built my wife up as someone who will take it out on her, so I think she is afraid of that coming out. It is in the back of my mind though if I push her too far, she won't care and will talk. My problem is I'm still getting texts from her. On a daily basis. It is really, truly unbelievable at this point. We weren't even together for that long. Some of the texts are harmless. Things like, "Hey Noah, I was just thinking of you," or, "Miss you." Which is okay I suppose. It's just hard because I asked her not to text me and she keeps up with it. I'm either going to get caught by my wife or succumb again. My reason for posting is yesterday morning, Sunday. She sent me a sultry pic but acted like it was going to someone else. It was her tits with her hands covering them and the text said, "Last night was super fun, Danny." My name is not Danny. Either she accidentally sent it to me, or it was some weird attempt to make me jealous. Which I admit it did a little. I didn't bite and respond though. I have another post up where someone was telling me I like her attention. Which after thinking about it for a bit I have to agree is true. I like that she wants me. That she is in love with me. Or feels like she is rather. I love that if I wanted, I could go and freak her right now and she would let me. It's addicting. And so freaking wrong. I know what is important. It's my wife and our family. I know that. And I am trying to forget Emma and what we did. I'm just struggling to detox myself of Emma. And she is making it so freaking difficult for me by continuing contact. Right now, I am just hoping to vent a little and maybe talk this out. My focus is to keep up no contact with Emma. I debated offering to be friends with her but that is incredibly stupid and tempting and I don't think that is a good idea. My other goal is to really get to a point of not caring about her. I'm still hooked on her. Every time I jack off, I am thinking about her, and I am using her pics to help. The hardest part is the sexual outlet for me right now, and I have a very high drive person, so it's really very alluring to just go and bang her. I don't know how to forget her. And then there is the problem of her suffering from this same thing but seemingly worse. I haven't told her I am thinking about her, but she makes it clear to me that she is thinking about me and wants me. Last update. She loves me after 3 weeks. How do I end this? Several weeks later. Length of relationship. Approximately 7 weeks on, off. TLDR, I've finally made a decision and I am going to continue to cheat for the time being. Warning. This post involves cheating. I've been posting fairly frequently on our relationships about this situation, and I wanted to post a last update since a lot of people have taken time to read and advise me. What I've decided to do is contrary to 99% of the advice I've received, and I still do have some regrets, but I sincerely believe this is the best possible approach. Yes, it is selfish. No other way to put it. I've tried several times to call off the affair and time again I haven't been strong enough. Around the last time I posted, I ended up talking to Emma, after a week of no contact, and we fell back into the affair. I have explained some things to her, and I have told her that I can't ever leave my wife and that this can't be long term. And I've promised to stop jerking her around so much, and I am going to work on being there for her more. We've been in our relationship 2.0 for about a week now and it's been good. The sex is great, and we are getting into a more comfortable routine. I am working hard to be better to her. It's been nice. We see each other almost every day and we talk regularly. Some logistics things need to be worked out, but I think we are in a relationship that is mutually beneficial. I don't want this to go on forever though, and I will work on repairing our marriage too. I'm trying to do more to help my wife with our kids and take some pressure off her. This isn't a decision I've made easily, and it's not even something I am proud of. I just know I'm not strong enough to not cheat. It's too easy and too tempting and honestly, too much fun. I know still that I do love my wife and I do love our family and I don't want a divorce. I've thought what I would do if my wife found out. I've obsessed about what would happen, and I think I would beg my wife for a second chance. I would confess and end this, but there are certain reasons why the affair helps me right now, primal reasons. And I don't think my wife would just forgive me if I admitted to cheating. I've actually brought it up subtlety by talking about Arnold, and my wife's opinion on him is extremely harsh. So, I can't imagine how she would feel about me, her own husband. I think it's very complicated, all of this. It's never so simple. I always thought someone should never cheat, they should leave. But it's not that easy. There are so many complications. It's not that simple. Thanks to everyone who has chimed in with comments and advice. I especially appreciate the kind PMs I received in the last couple weeks. And thanks to the harsher comments too. I needed to be blasted a lot, and the verbal lashings have helped me with managing my guilt in a way. Now onto one comment, posted by No Cookies for Me. You're just wrong. Every second or third sentence I just read, I ticked off another wrong. 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 There is literally a 0% chance that this ends well. I hate people who say, literally, when they mean, figuratively. So let me be clear. I mean, there is no conceivable way that this does not blow up in your face. You freaked up the minute you cheated. But it's too late to change the past, so I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's look ahead. First off, this girl is unstable. She very well could have borderline personality disorder. But whether or not she does, when you break things off, there will be trouble. You tried to break things off once. How did that go for you? The longer you let this go on, the more attached to you she'll become. The more attached she becomes, the more unstable she'll be when it ends, and the more likely it is that she'll do something batshit. When it finally does end, the best case scenario is that she tells your wife about herself, and that's it. Yeah, I said the best case scenario. That's not because I want your wife to find out, since that would obviously be excruciating for her. It's because that is 100% guaranteed to happen. The best case scenario is that it's the only thing that happens. Remind yourself, this girl is freaking nuts. Worst case scenario. She engages in extreme self-harm or attempts to harm your family. You've already learned from experience that when it comes to affairs, things tend to work out poorly. If you doubt that this is a possibility, You're actually dumber than you are selfish. And that's simply astounding to me. You need to extradite yourself from this person as quickly as possible, for the sake of your family. You need to make it explicitly clear that it's over. You need to make sure she understands that she should never come near you again. At that point, you can either pray that your wife doesn't find out, or tell her yourself. Because I promise you, she will find out. And it will be the worst thing that has ever happened to her. And it will be your fault. What's done is done. In all likelihood, you've already ruined your wife's life. But there's still some small possibility of preserving her happiness. Do what needs to be done. Thank you for visiting my channel, Everything Reddit. Please be sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notifications on future videos.